Welcome back to the 12 days of Wolfmas. Last year I made $5,069 in 12 sessions and gave it all away to 7 lucky subscribers. Patrick, Colby, Mario, Robin, Christian, Sandro, and Jake all got $725 and their flights and hotels comp to come down to Champions Club in Houston, Texas to play on a live stream with my editor Lucas and myself. We're running it back this year, but even bigger as I'm mixing in some 5-10 sessions to really try and juice up the giveaway. There's 3 ways to enter this year, and doing all 3 will give you the highest chance of getting picked. I'm giving away 2 seats to channel members, so you have to hit join and become a channel member to be eligible for that. 2 people will be picked from signing up on Club WPT Gold using code Wolfgang, and the remaining the same way as last year from that sign up sheet down in the description. As always, you need to be subscribed and comment on all 12 videos to be eligible. Good luck and happy Wolfmas. We're starting off day 1 in Las Vegas at Resorts World with my buddy Rampage. We're playing 5-5 and I'm in for $1,000 when I pick up the Cowboys here and 3-bet them up to $55. AJ comes in for a back 4-bet to $150. I debate shoving here as a 5-bet from out of position, but ultimately decide just to put in the call, and we're going heads up to the flop, which comes Jack 8-4. With 2 clubs out there, I start with a check. Will AJ decide to go for a C-bet or will he check behind? He bets out for $160. We're playing $1,000 effective to start. I could go for a check raise or just smooth call here, which is what I decide to do. And the turn now comes another club, the 7 of clubs. With 625 in the middle, I check it over to AJ and he jams now for $705. Really nothing for me to do here other than call. He could have a club in his hand as I semi-bluff. Other than that, he's probably going to have queens and 10s and 9s a good portion of the time. Hopefully he doesn't have jacks. I put in the call and we run a $2,000 pot to the river, which comes the 4 of hearts. He turns over the ladies, so a super cooler there for AJ. But Wolfmas 2024 is off to a great start here, a $2,000 pot coming over our way.
Christmas time, it's the 12 days of Wolfmas, so I win a lot of money. Last year I think I won like 7 grand in 12 days, and then I give it away.
You see that beautiful hat that Rampage has on his large noggin over there? Well, they're for sale. I don't really do merch that often, so if you guys want to buy one of these awesome hats, that is down below. Go and purchase one while they're still available. Alright, next hand, the $10 straddle is on. The player to my right puts in a limp. I make it $30 to go, and we are going to go off 3 ways to the flop, which comes ace, king, king, rainbow. 110 in the middle, action checks to me, and when I'm in between 2 opponents, monkey in the middle, as my coach Alvin would say, I usually start with a check. That's what I do here, and Adrian fires out for $45, to which I say yes. I put in the call, and the turn comes the 9 of diamonds. 200 in the middle, and I check it once again. Adrian fires out again for $95 in kind of a tough spot here. Of course, he could have a better ace, or he could have a king in his hand. I don't know how Adrian plays, so I decide to fold here and save you guys a little bit of money, but ultimately that was not the right call because Adrian proudly shows 9-6 offsuit, so he turned his pair of 9s on the turn into a bluff. $300 going over his way. All right, we got pocket ochos here and make it $30 to go. Adrian puts in the call, and now another player 3-bets it to $150. I call and Adrian calls. We're going 3 ways to flop, which comes king, queen, 7, rainbow. There's nearly $500 in the middle, and the action checks over to the pre-flop 3-better, who decides to check behind, and that's music to our ears because the 8 of diamonds peels off on the turn. Bang, we turn a set. Gonna play this super smooth here and start with a check once again. Obviously I'm going for a check raise, and Adrian tosses in a quarter. That's 1 green chip. Interested to see now what the player in position decides to do. He calls and the action's back over to me, to which I proudly announce raise and toss in 8 green chips. Adrian snap calls me for 200. Player in position folds, and the river now comes the ace of hearts. Really shouldn't change too much. There's $900 in the middle. What kind of sizing do I go for? I decided to go small here and target a 1-pair type of hand, a king or a queen. I could get greedy here and go large, but I'm trying to maximize profits here, and I don't think Adrian is going to call a large bet, so 175 is the price of poker. He thinks for a while, and I mean a while, before tossing in 2 black chips when I turn over a set of 8s, this $1,245 pot. is coming over my way. We got some back there against Adrian when he got us one hand earlier with the 9-6 offsuit. We're now even, Adrian. He's stuffing the stockings this year for the viewers. Stuff those stockings, Adrian. Look at all those stocking stuffers. All right, I put the $10 straddle out there with 6-7 of diamonds. Adrian makes it $35 to go, and I put in the call. When the flop comes ace-8 for rainbow, I start with a check, and Adrian checks behind, giving me a pair and a straight draw on the turn. It comes the 6 of clubs. More of the same, the action goes check-check, and the river now comes the ace of spades. I bet out small here as a blocker bet, but also to get some value versus some king high and pocket fives, maybe a 4-5 type of hand. He snap calls me. I turn over 6-7, and we are taking down a $100 pot. All right, fun hand developing here. The $10, $20, and $40 straddles are out there. I find myself in the small blind with pocket ochos once again and make it $140 to go. The action folds around to Rampage in the straddle, who puts in the call. He's filming some shorts over there. Once again, shameless plug. Look how good that Wolfgang hat looks on top of his head. Hopefully, it's gonna do us some wonders here. The flop comes Jack 10-7 rainbow, and the action's on me. I start with a check. Ethan checks behind. The turn comes the ace of clubs. Should heavily favor my range over his, so I go for a $75 bet, and he mucks his cards. 3 deuce of spades was definitely not good in this one. Ethan pocket eights taking down a $400 pot. All right, the $10 and $20 straddle are out there. There's a limp to 20. We love to see that. Mudkip's doing a handstand because we have Jack King off, and I make it $100 to go. Adrian now 3 bets to $220. We lose the limper, actions back over to myself. Of course, I want to play a pot with Adrian. He's shown some speculative hands, to say the least, so I decided to jam on him. He only has 405, and he puts in the call. We're gonna run this one time, and unfortunately for us, he has the best hand ever created. So earlier in the session, he showed 9-6 offsuit. Now he just happens to be balanced with pocket aces. Off to a run out, which comes 6-4-4, 5-7, and $845 go over to seat number 9. I apologize for the slight punt there with Jack King off into aces, but let's go to battle here and try to make some of it back with a beautiful hand, King Queen of Hearts. There's a straddle to 20, a raise to 60, and I 3-bet it to 175. Of course, you wouldn't expect Adrian to fold his cards ever, and he puts in the call here out of the blinds. And now we see that Ethan is gone. It's way past his bedtime, and he's replaced by a guy who wants to immediately come in for a 4-bet to 445, and things are getting pretty crazy. The $60 raise guy folds his cards, actions back over to me, and this is just a weird spot. The 4-better just sat down, gets a lot of his stack in the middle. I think this is a pretty clear fold. Plus, I'm trying to save money for you guys and get it in good spots and not in spots that could be at best a flip. So I decided to fold my cards. Adrian gets his entire stack in, and that is the end of that. No worries, we're definitely gonna play this hand, pocket jacks, and we decide to raise it up over a $10 straddle. Adrian puts in the call. The straddler does as well. We're going 3 ways to the flop, which comes 10-8 for rainbow, and when it checks to me, I go for a $40 bet. We keep both of our customers, and the turn now comes the king of spades. Action checks through, and the river brings in the deuce of clubs. Interested to see now what Adrian and AJ decide to do. Action checks to me, so I'm gonna go small here, try to target a 10x holding, and I fire out for $65. When both players find the fold, we don't win any additional money, but I'll take down $300 for you guys any day of the week. With the last hand wrapped up, we cash out at the cage for a profit of $751. The next video is posted tomorrow. That's day 2. Make sure you click on it when you see it in your Explore feed. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave a comment down below in order to be eligible, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.